Ghost of Harbor Point. On the morning of April 17, 2004, the fishing town of Harbor Point woke to a mystery that would haunt it for nearly 2 decades. At 6:12 a.m., a jogger discovered an abandoned pickup truck parked beside the cliffs overlooking Greywater Bay. The driver's door stood open. A cup of coffee rested on the dashboard. The engine was cold. The truck belonged to 38-year-old Michael Turner. Michael was a respected contractor, a father of two, and a lifelong resident of Harbor Point. By all accounts, he had no reason to disappear, yet he was gone. The investigation began immediately. Sheriff Alan Reeves organized search teams. Divers combed the rocky shoreline. Helicopters scanned miles of coastline. Nothing. No body, no witnesses, no explanation. The only clue was Michael's cell phone, recovered from the passenger seat. Its final outgoing call had been made at 11:43 p.m. the night before, to his business partner, Nathan Cole. Nathan told investigators the call was ordinary. Michael had discussed a construction project, wished him good night, and hung up. The explanation seemed reasonable. At first, months passed. Then years. The case became Harbor Point's most famous unsolved mystery. Residents debated theories endlessly. Some believed Michael had fallen from the cliffs. Others suspected organized crime. A few claimed he had staged his disappearance. The truth remained hidden, until a hurricane changed everything. In 2018, a powerful storm battered the coast. Several old structures collapsed, including an abandoned warehouse near the harbor. During cleanup efforts, workers discovered a rusted safe hidden beneath a concrete floor. Inside were ledgers, receipts, photographs, and several USB drives. The documents appeared connected to a construction company that had ceased operations years earlier. One name appeared repeatedly: Nathan Cole. Detectives reopened the cold case. The contents of the safe revealed a pattern of fraud stretching back more than a decade. Invoices had been altered. Payments had vanished. Projects had been billed twice. Investigators estimated hundreds of thousands of dollars had been stolen. One document caught their attention immediately. It was a handwritten note from Michael Turner. The note listed suspicious transactions and ended with a sentence: "Meeting Nathan tomorrow night. If this doesn't get resolved, I'm going to the police." The date was April 16th, 2004, the night Michael disappeared. For the first time, detectives had a motive. Nathan denied everything. He admitted the records looked bad, but insisted Michael had never accused him of fraud. Without stronger evidence, prosecutors hesitated. The case stalled once again. Then another breakthrough arrived from an unexpected source. A retired journalist named Linda Graves contacted investigators. While researching a book about Harbor Point, she discovered boxes of old interview tapes stored in a local newspaper archive. Most contained routine reporting. One tape stood out. Recorded 3 days after Michael vanished, it featured an anonymous caller. The caller claimed Michael had been seen arguing with a man near the harbor shortly before midnight. At the time, the tip was dismissed because the caller refused to identify himself. Modern audio enhancement revealed something investigators had missed. In the background, a ship horn sounded. Records showed only one vessel had departed the harbor at that exact time. Investigators obtained the crew manifest. Among the names was a deckhand called Samuel Price. Samuel was located living hundreds of miles away. When questioned, he appeared nervous. Eventually, he admitted he had made the anonymous call years earlier. He had seen two men arguing near Warehouse 14. One was Michael. The other looked like Nathan. Samuel said he stayed silent because he feared becoming involved. His testimony reopened the investigation. Detectives reconstructed the timeline. Michael and Nathan had met at Warehouse 14 shortly before midnight. The warehouse stood only a mile from where Michael's truck was later found. Still, no physical evidence connected Nathan to a homicide. Then forensic accountants discovered something startling. 3 days after Michael vanished, Nathan transferred ownership of several business assets solely into his own name. Within months, he sold properties and moved money through multiple accounts. The transactions suggested preparation, as if he knew Michael would never return. Prosecutors intensified their efforts. Search warrants were executed. Former employees were interviewed. One of those employees, a former bookkeeper named Karen Ellis, finally broke the case open. For years, Karen had remained silent. Now facing health problems and believing she had little time left, she decided to tell the truth. Karen revealed that Michael had uncovered the fraud months before his disappearance. He had confronted Nathan repeatedly. According to Karen, the situation grew increasingly hostile. She recalled hearing Nathan say, "If he talks, everything I've built is finished." The statement alone wasn't enough, but Karen also provided investigators with something else: a key. The key opened a storage locker rented under a false name. Inside, detectives found decades-old company records and several boxes of personal documents. At the bottom of one box lay a revolver wrapped in cloth. Forensic testing revealed traces of blood. Advances in DNA technology produced a match: Michael Turner. The discovery transformed the investigation overnight. Nathan was arrested. The town erupted. Many residents refused to believe it. Nathan had served on charity boards, sponsored youth sports teams, attended church every Sunday. He was the last person anyone expected. The trial began in 2021. For 6 weeks, jurors listened to testimony. Financial experts detailed the fraud. Witnesses described the deteriorating relationship between the two partners. Samuel recounted the argument outside Warehouse 14. Karen explained how Michael had threatened to expose everything. Then prosecutors unveiled their final piece of evidence. Among the files recovered from the safe was a damaged USB drive. For years it had appeared unreadable. New forensic software recovered portions of its contents. One file contained an audio recording. The recording began with wind noise, then voices. Michael sounded angry. "You stole from everyone," he said. A second voice responded, "Nathan, you don't understand. I understand enough." The argument escalated. Several seconds of static followed. Then came a sound resembling a gunshot. The recording ended. The courtroom sat in stunned silence. Defense attorneys challenged the authenticity of the file. Independent experts confirmed it was genuine. The evidence proved devastating. Nathan testified in his own defense. He admitted the fraud. He admitted meeting Michael that night. But he claimed the shooting was accidental. Prosecutors argued otherwise. They presented evidence showing years of deception, financial desperation, and deliberate concealment. After 2 days of deliberation, the jury returned. Guilty, second-degree murder. Fraud, evidence tampering. Nathan Cole was sentenced to life in prison. During sentencing, Michael's daughter addressed the court. She was 24 years old, only 6 when her father vanished. "You stole more than a life," she said. "You stole answers." Many in the courtroom cried. The case seemed over, but one final mystery remained. Where was Michael's body? Despite extensive searches, investigators never located his remains. Nathan refused to reveal their location. Some believed he dumped the body at sea. Others suspected it remained hidden somewhere in the forests surrounding Harbor Point. The answer may never be known. Today, visitors to Harbor Point can still see the cliffs overlooking Greywater Bay. A small plaque stands near the spot where Michael's truck was found. It bears a simple inscription: "In memory of Michael Turner, beloved father, friend, and neighbor, never forgotten." The case left a lasting mark on the town. For years, people imagined a stranger lurking in the shadows, a drifter, a criminal passing through, someone unknown. Instead, the truth was far more unsettling. The person responsible wasn't a stranger at all. He was a trusted friend, a business partner, a man welcomed into homes and community gatherings. The investigation became a lesson repeated by detectives for years afterward. Not every mystery is solved by discovering who had the opportunity. Sometimes the answer lies in discovering who had the most to lose. And in Harbor Point, one man's fear of exposure led to a crime that remained hidden for 17 years. Until time, persistence, and a little luck finally brought the truth to light.